Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah!
Yeah!
We got it! We got it!
52 book.
Somebody clip this one.
Welcome to Comics League Movie Night. I am Jared, and today we are talking about Batman, Mystery of the Batwoman, otherwise known as the most James Bond Batman movie I've ever seen. I'm here with Nick from the Phoenix Press. What's up, dude?
I am doing Batiful. This is the ship of Batman and Batwoman. Bat.
Interesting. Bat. That's funny. I like that. And I'm here with Teladia Plays. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. I finished watching Mystery of Batwoman earlier, and I gotta say it was a bit. It was a bit interesting.
Yeah. It was better than I thought it was going to be, honestly, because going into this is the Batman movie that, like, I hear the least about, or from what I do hear about, it's not as good as the others. Well, here's the thing. When this movie exists alongside, like, Mask of the Phantasm, that's a pretty big gap.
Well, the thing I realized is this movie is pretty far removed from BTAS.
Mm-hmm. Well, isn't it technically in, like, New Adventures of Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
It is actually. So this movie came out in 2003.
Okay.
Like, I was watching it and I was like, this looks like a Justice League episode. And if you look at the time frame, yeah, that totally matches up. This was probably made by the Justice League team.
Yeah, it does. And
the animation style looks, it, especially in HD, because I watched like a Blu-ray version. It looks like a Justice League episode with more budget. And it being made in 2003 perfectly makes sense.
So the plot of this movie is Batman sees is like dealing with a vigilante named Batwoman, who apparently is a little bit less like caring about human life and is more about like getting vengeance on Rupert Thorne. And what's kind of cool about it, so he encounters these. So there are these three women in the movie: Kathy Duquesne, Rocky Ballantine, and Sonia Alcana, who are suspects of being Batwoman. And the cool part about the way this movie goes is that when Bat thinks it's this woman, something happens that kind of deflects suspicion. It turns out, spoiler alert, it's all three of them.
I just want to say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time they did a movie about a Batwoman named Kate Kane, I'd have 2 nickels. But it's weird that it's happened twice. Kathy Duquesne. Kathy Duquesne.
Oh, God, I just realized that, bro. Oh, man.
It's Kate Kane.
Well,
and by the way,
yeah.
Unfortunately, here's the thing. The reason why they're never going to bring back, if they were to continue, let's say they do continue BTAS, assuming Kevin Conroy did not die. If they ever brought back Duquesne, there's no way they would be able to do her as a love interest, because when you hear Batwoman, you think of the lesbian Batwoman from Greg Rucka nowadays.
Yeah.
Because this came out 2 years before Kate Kane, the redhead, showed up, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly around that time period.
Yeah, roughly.
I mean, she works, though. It kind of works as a love interest. They can fight crime together. And when you think about it, it's very similar to Batcat.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit. Now, what's cool about this is that they do make some references, like where the media thinks she's a grown-up Batgirl. And speaking of Batgirl, Bruce Timm's got a Bruce Timm.
Well, this one's actually not bad.
When this scene happened, literally I did this. Okay.
I mean, in Bruce Timm's defense, Bruce actually tried to avoid the situation. He's not trying
then
to.
Why do it at all?
I'm trying to at least be somewhat gracious to the man.
Do not be gracious. This is still egregious. Because here's the thing: as much as he said no, as much as he is he trying to reject it, you know that at some point he did give in.
As you read on screen.
Yes, as I read on screen, thanks to you guys. But my point is, why include this at all?
Because it's Bruce Timm.
I love how you both said the exact same thing at the exact same time. Yeah,
great minds think alike.
You're answering my question. By the way, hey, what's up, Cameron? How you doing, my brother? But yes. My gosh. See, this is my problem because this and one other thing that Nick and I were talking about before we went live is my two critiques of this movie. Everything else, it's actually pretty cool, and I really enjoy that. My first critique is that they do not develop the character of Sonia Alcana at all. She's just there. Right.
Also, that should have been Renee Montoya. Just saying.
Yes, she even looks like Renee Montoya. So, and now that I think about it, Renee Montoya was a character at this point, so there's no reason not to include her.
It literally would have had made more sense to have it be Renee Montoya.
That is true. Wow, that actually makes it sound way better. Let me see if in the trivia if they ever talk about Montoya. Because I'm fairly certain there should be a reason why. I don't see anything on Renee Montoya. Interesting. I guess they took it out.
I swear, if I had a nickel for every time we did a Batwoman story we talked about Renee Montoya, I'd have 2 nickels.
She's a great character, so there's no reason not to talk about her.
The Batwoman we know, she's a part of this.
But yeah, see. Oh, by the way, to help promote the film, Ubisoft included a Batman Mission of the Batwoman trailer on the disc of Batman Rise of Sun Tzu. Interesting. Man, Ubisoft, back in the day when they were a good company. I had to.
Oh, Jared.
Yeah.
Imagine if they had, if in like an Arkham game, they included Batwoman, and one of the skins was literally the costume from this movie.
You know, if they did a sequel to Arkham Knight that completely sidestepped Suicide Squad and it was about the Bat family, you could call it Battle for the Cowl. Hey, what's up, RJ? And it's about all the different Bat characters. You could just do that. She doesn't have to be like a main story character. It would be like occasionally, you know how like in Arkham Knight where you're fighting alongside Nightwing and occasionally you can switch to him in the middle of a fight. It would be that. Like you're fighting alongside Batwoman. That would actually be pretty cool. Man, Nick, I would so do that. And you can have it in the art style of BTAS because they do that with the characters all the time. But I will say, okay, I do really like, first off, I like the Batwoman design. What I originally thought was, Rocky Ballantine has invented a metal that's like programmable and can like assume different shapes. I thought the suit was going to be made of that material.
Me too.
Yeah, because it's like colored the exact same. And let's be honest, this is the DCAU. They've done weirder stuff.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now, let me ask you guys this, and I'll start with Nick. Which of the 3 was your favorite? And I'll ask the same question to the chat.
Rocky.
Really? And why?
I love my cute nerdy girls. I'm just gonna say I love my cute nerdy girls.
Ginger.
Yeah, but the cute and nerdy.
It overrides. Is there a hierarchy?
Yes, the hierarchy of the hair colors
is about to change.
Well, here's the thing. It's like redhead, blonde, brunette. That's basically how the hierarchy goes.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Nick on that. Unless, of course, the brunette looks like Wonder Woman, then you have to go with the brunette.
Well, yeah, that's kind of cardinal law. But yeah, I'm with RJ on this one. I have a weakness for cute nerdy girls.
Well, me too, because the general rule when it comes to nerd dating is if you find someone that's like a big comic book fan, that's a wife, get down on one knee immediately. If you just meet her at a comic book store, down on one knee, let's do this. But personally, for me, while I like Sonya's like backstory of her family was like screwed up by the criminals. She didn't get a lot of character development. I like Kathy. I think she was really funny. Like where she's in the car with Bruce and she's starting this whole high speed chase. Also, dark hair overrides red. Unless you like redheads, I have a trading card of a redhead if that's your thing.
See, I love goths and I love their black hair, but redheaded goths are a special level.
Those exist?
They do exist.
I've never seen one. Wow.
All right, I'll send you pictures.
That's a unicorn right there. But Teladia, how about you? Which of the three is your favorite?
I would have to say Bruce's love interest.
Kathy?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool. And again, Kate Kane. That I never put that together, Nick. Well done, sir. Wow. And her father is kind of a Batman villain, so that actually works. Have you seen my trading card or Lisa Foyle's Van Von Boyle? No, I haven't. But so continuing on, I do also like the whole ship battle where like you have the two bad people on the gliders. I did like their gliders, although it kind of reminded me a little bit of Green Goblin, so it was like Bat Goblin.
Yeah, I was kind of getting some. I'm kind of getting some Batman Beyond vibe. I got some Batman Beyond vibes myself.
No, I got Green
your
Goblin
picture,
vibes.
and yeah, that works for me.
I got Green Goblin vibes.
RJ, we're flipping Jared right now. Let's get that done first.
No. But what were you saying, Teladia?
I got Green Goblin vibes from it.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
You know what I thought while watching this movie? Because I watched it twice, once on Monday and once today to refresh. But I was like, wouldn't it be great if the Justice League just showed up? Because the League exists at this point. That's the funny thing. You know, at least the original 7 are a team in this.
Oh God, that reminds me of that one stupid r/Batman Arkham post. Like, why did the Justice League show up? Are they stupid?
Yeah, the Justice League does not exist in the Arkhamverse at the time the Arkham games take place in. Although it would be kind of nice if like Superman shows up in Gotham like during Arkham Knight and just says, "Hey, do you want some help? I got this, Kent." And then Superman's like, "Okay," and just flies away. Just something. But still, I understand why they don't do it.
Well, the problem with this movie is it's not a Justice League level threat.
That is true. It's although maybe more of the Bat family, maybe, because Robin shows up and it's Tim Drake Robin. But I'm like, it would have been nice to see, like, because actually, no, I don't want Batgirl to show up because it's Bruce Timm involved in this movie. That would suck. Nightwing, maybe.
I think at this point, in the timeline, him and Nightwing are on good terms still. This is probably before the incident, if you will.
Okay. You went a little bit too far there for Jared.
Oh my God. Continuing on.
This is why did you say that name, Worthy?
This is, but I don't want to keep playing that, so the pillow in my face is gonna have to suffice.
Okay.
Oh my God. But my point is, more Bat family members could have possibly shown up, maybe. And it is kind of the one thing I don't like about this, I don't like Bane's design.
I mean, it's pretty much his new Batman Adventures design.
Yeah, I don't like it. It looks too fetishy, if I may say so myself. It's
bondage gear.
Yeah, I don't like...
it's Bruce Timm, so that kind of explains it.
I mean, for me, I don't like the new adventures of Batman. Bane, or I don't even like even the Batman design, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know she showed up, Randy, but I'm saying showed up as Batgirl to help Batman. I'm saying none of the other Bat people show up.
Well, in Batgirl's offense, she's clearly away at college. So I
No,
think
but she did say she was gonna show up for spring break. So I'm like,
we don't know how far off that is.
Time skip. Or just not have that line at all and just have her show up to save Batman. But then again, then Bruce Timm would have ammo, and I don't want that. I definitely don't want that.
She shows up. She goes to kiss Nightwing, and he says, "Oh, sorry, I'm with Corey now."
Actually, no, because in this universe, Corey A does not exist, and B Batman Nightwing is Batgirl. Well. Remember that Harley Quinn movie's questionable continuity.
No, the way that I use it is the Titans exist in that. We know that for sure. So if the Titans exist, and then it's not too much of a stretch to imagine that Starfire exists.
No, because again, Nightwing firmly ends up with Batgirl. But so here's an interesting piece of continuity. Yes, here's an interesting piece of continuity.
Lying, sir.
The bat symbol used by Batwoman, which resembles the one used by Terry McGinnis on his batsuit, and Lord Batman's batsuit, is used by the current Batwoman in mainstream continuity. No more ships, please. Zeke, this is Comics League. I have to. It's kind of part of my brand.
It's tradition.
Yeah, Rupert Thorne makes his first and only appearance since the revamp. So I take it the revamp is to New Batman Adventures. This marks the final appearance of Rupert Thorne, Penguin, and Harvey Bullock in the DCAU.
Oh, wow.
I did not know this. It is Bane's final appearance production-wise. In terms chronologically, he would appear again in Batman Beyond episode The Winning Edge. This is the final speaking appearance of Commissioner Gordon, and the final appearance of Barbara Gordon, the DCAU production-wise, though she would chronologically appear again in Batman Beyond. Oh, interesting. And this is the last time John Vernon would voice Rupert Thorne before his death in 2005.
Oh.
And this is also the last time Bob Hastings voiced James Gordon before his death in 2014.
Yeah, this is why I really see this movie as kind of like the send-off to BTAS, like the BTAS era. Because literally after this, you do Justice League, and then they end it. It's like you're saying, this is like the last time of so many people. This is literally the last hurrah of Batman the Animated Series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of is. And again, I really like that. And then for French singer Cherie from her self-titled album is that song that plays in the Iceberg Lounge. Hey, what's up, Sage? Consequently, she voiced the unnamed and uncredited Iceberg Lounge singer. Yeah, exactly. And when I'm listening to the song, I'm like, yeah, but they even have a scene at the end where it's like a music video. So I'm like, yeah, this is basically.
I think I swear at one point they re-edited it because this might be like a Mandela effect for me. I don't know, because when I originally saw this movie, that music was at the beginning. And there was a scene where like, you know, we're revealing the three of them. They're in multiple like Batwoman suits. So I don't know if this is like a Mandela effect for me or they re-edited it. Because like that whole intro scene...
In your defense, Nick, you are old, so that does explain it.
Oh, god dang you.
Yeah, but Sage says, fun fact, my mom likes that song because of this film. Me too. I actually added it to my Spotify library as soon as I finished watching this movie. I'm like,
it gives me real Shakira vibes. Like that song does, you know, kind of reminds like of a 2000s era Shakira song.
Mm-hmm. By the way, so unlike Mask of the Phantasm and Sub-Zero, Mystery of the Batwoman was not included in the Blu-ray release of Batman the Complete Animated Series.
What?
Yeah, it wasn't included. I love Nick. What?
To be fair, I was a little away from camera, and that helped with the effect.
Yeah. This is not included for some reason.
What the hell?
Barsay says, plus the singer was beautiful, so that's a bonus. That's always a bonus.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like when you put a flower in a woman's hair, she gets like +2 to attractiveness. I don't know why.
Yeah, I guess so. I wish they stuck with the BTAS art style. No, see, I disagree, Randy, because I think what works for them, I think what works for back then, I think it's important to like update the art style every now and then. Hey, what's up, silly girl? Barry became a member. Good to see you all, and I'm learning cool stuff again. Oh, of course. That's
always happy to have you, silly girl. I'm going to disagree with you. I'm with Randy on this one. I never really liked the new Batman Adventures.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant it for all animation. No. I like the old art style more for BTAS. I do agree with you, Randy. So,
like, it's not terrible. Like, the new Batman Adventure stuff isn't, like, terrible. But I do prefer BTAS.
It's kind of funny. Most people prefer the BTAS art style I've seen.
Well, the new Batman Adventure style was literally made to be cheaper, so.
Yeah, I can kind of imagine that. So, I mean, yeah. Of the two, now, yeah, I do see. Here's the thing: the new Batman Adventures art style does look more modern, if you will, of the two. But I do agree with you that. See, here's the thing: part of BTAT and the DCAU's identity is that classic art style, and kind of screwing with that just kind of screws with the mojo of the universe.
I will say I do agree with say Taurus at the Batwoman's design, because the color palette they use for Batwoman, it's not something you usually see on a Bat character, but it works.
Yeah, as opposed to like Kate Kane's outfit, which is just black and red. Great color designs, but again, it's like another character in black.
I feel
black? Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like this movie though, it didn't feel awkward. I felt it was very interesting on how they portrayed Batwoman in this, like in terms of like design, in terms of background, in terms like the background of each individual character for Batwoman, because there was 3 Batwomans. We gotta admit that, right? It's not just one; it's 3. And also, I gotta say, I love the score. I have to say the score was really good, really well done. And Andre Ramon was actually the voice casting again.
Nick, so do you know who voiced Kathy Duquesne in this movie? I knew that voice sounded familiar.
I saw the credits and
all right, Ashley from Mass Effect. I was like, where have I heard that voice before? And I was like, oh, okay, Kimberly Brooks.
Well, you would know. You romanced her in Mass Effect, so.
Yes, exactly. I romanced her and then Miranda in 2.
And Kimberly Brooks actually voiced Oracle in the Arkham game. So
yes, she did. Yes, that's awesome.
There's actually quite a few big name actors. Like I think the voice for Batwoman, the voice changer, I think they said it was Kira Sedgwick or something. Like, she's actually a fairly big name.
Yeah, Kira Sedgwick. That is correct.
Yeah, she's actually a fairly big name. She's done stuff.
Kelly Ripa also voices Rocky Ballantine.
Yeah, she's a TV personality. She's a pretty big name.
And then an unknown guy named Kevin Conroy voices Batman. No one ever knows who that is. I'm only kidding. It didn't kill me. Brooks also voiced one of the Hex Girls, Luna, I believe. Who are the Hex Girls?
Oh my God! You do not know who the Hex Girls are? What the frick?
Okay, old man. How about you tell me that before you drink your prune juice?
They're a fictional goth band in the Scooby-Doo universe.
Okay, now I'm remembering. Okay, and also remember, I'm not that big into Scooby-Doo, so there you go. But
also, we need to pay some tribute to the man who voices Kate Kane's father, Ian Michael Richardson.
Oh yeah, otherwise known as a lot of different characters, like Kilowog in the Green Lantern movie, and Kingpin in the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. So pretty cool.
Wait, no.
What?
He is not Kingpin. Michael Hart Duncan is a Kingpin.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm confusing the two.
And Kilowog Michael Hart Duncan played Kilowog in the Green Lantern.
Okay. Okay, now I understand. All right, so there you go.
Sorry, I got it. Sorry, Clark Duncan I'm a fan of his, so I got to defend him.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, he was the mutant leader in that BTAS episode that basically homage Dark Knight Returns. He was also General Wells. Okay, he's a lot of stuff that we got. He's been like in a lot of DCAU roles, particularly also in Static Shock.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. All right, yeah. So cool stuff. So, oh no, I really enjoyed this movie. It's very like it's very enjoyable. And again, short of the less like development given to Sonya, I honestly really enjoyed that. And yeah, I do agree, Nick. It should have been Renee Montoya. But all in all, I think if I had to rate this movie, I'd give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. It's pretty good. There's some room for improvement, but it's pretty good. How about you, Nick?
It's pretty good. Not perfect. I mean, obviously the like I said, the not giving development to the cop woman. I give it a solid 9 out of 10.
How about you, Teladia?
I have to give it a 7.5 out of 10. To be honest with you guys.
Okay, that works. And now we're going to transition to our Q&A. And by the way, guys, if you have any questions about our opinions on this movie or really anything, particularly DCAU, go ahead and ask away. And we will answer whatever we are capable of answering. So in the meantime, while we do that, the other thing that I did really like about this is in terms of like, I kind of liked Harvey Bullock, the way he found out his partner was Batwoman. He's looking through his binoculars and he sees her coming through and he's like, wait, what? So I did.
That was a bit of a bold choice to have her reveal themselves. Also, I love how her punishment, she doesn't get arrested, she just gets fired.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, you would be arrested, but they do kind of address that with like the DA just it was kind of like letting them off.
Yeah,
I'm sure if Batman speaks in support of you or like vouches for you, I'm pretty sure the DA is like, there's nothing we can do. He's Batman. He's likely to take us all out. Oh no.
Yeah, I think it's kind of one of those things where it's like, we have to do something. We can't just like let you off scot free. So we're just gonna like fire you. But you know, because they probably doctored the reports where like she wasn't really implicated publicly, but they knew they couldn't have her on the force. But she was probably never publicly outed as Batwoman, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Commissioner Gordon had enough sway to kind of smooth all these over. Like, yeah, we got to fire you. We can't have you on the force, but you're good. And also, It's like, you also help take care of the Penguin. Like, we're happy.
Yeah, and they even talk about it where Sonya's like, okay, so he's fine working with vigilantes, but employing them, that's where he draws the line.
Yeah, and there's also the thing about Gordon, especially in this universe, he operates off of plausible deniability. He's like, I don't know who he is.
Yeah,
I can't arrest the guy, but he knows who this Batwoman is. He doesn't have that same plausible deniability he has with the other. It's like I'm because it's been said, if Gordon wanted to find out who Batman was, he could do it fairly easily. He chooses not to do it.
Yeah, because I think deep down, and Batman Year One actually points this out really well. Did we ever do a Batman Year One for movie night? I thought we did.
Yeah, I think we did.
I'll check. If we didn't, we'll do it. But
by the way, Jared, write that down. That's another comic we need to cover.
Yeah, okay. So with Batman Year One, it kind of shows that, like, yeah, Gordon starts off as a typical cop, but he slowly starts to grow and realize, okay, yeah, I don't like it, but he's the only one that's having an impact on crime. And if you're in a police force where a lot of the people are corrupt, sometimes you need to go above and beyond. And yeah, he could find out who it is, but he's like, yeah, if I don't know who you are, I can't arrest you. But I've always thought Gordon has always known who Batman is because he's not an idiot.
I think Batman Begins did a really good job of showcasing this point. Because Gordon worked with Flash, someone who is openly corrupt, and the Batman Police Department was so openly corrupt. Like, he knew, so, like it perfectly shows why someone, like, in the Dark Knight universe, why Gordon would tolerate the Batman, because he knows he's someone that needs to exist.
Yeah, he's like, hey, we're not able to do it because half of our police force is corrupt. We have to turn to someone else. By the way, one of my favorite Batman Gordon, one of my favorite Jim Gordon moments is in ZSJL when Crispus Allen or like Batman where like Gordon goes, I'll talk to him. And then Alan goes, how will you get in touch with him? And then Gordon's like, how do you think the signal on the roof?
So what I love is they do the classic, like, on the rooftop, and then, like, which version had they all disappear but the Flash? Was that
both had that.
I do like that moment. Like that was great.
I also love we're like Wonder Woman and the Flash come in, and then Gordon's like, how many of you are there?
Not enough.
Not enough.
There was this great interaction. It's okay, JJheat, and if you want the link, I'll send it to you. But I like that there was this moment in a Batman Superman comic where Superman and Gordon actually interact, and Gordon goes, I've been on this job for a while, and I've seen a lot of really strange things, but a man flying kind of disturbs me.
Why can't you just swing on a grappling hook like the rest of them? Like a normal person.
Yeah, I do really like that. And see, here's the thing. I like Jim Gordon as a character. I wish they kind of would do more with him a little bit.
I think J.K. Simmons. I wish we could have seen more of him. I think he was a great Jim Gordon. I would have loved to see him in, like, full movie. Yeah,
he was going to be the Jim Gordon in the Batgirl movie before WB threw it away. And then obviously he would be Jim Gordon in the Batfleck movie.
But don't mention Batgirl because that will bring up baby hands, and baby hands. Baby hands.
Yeah, sorry, Perp. But by the way, all right, so I have a little bit of a breaking rumor. Do you guys want to hear it?
Go
Give
on.
it to me.
So the rumor is now take this with a massive grain of salt, because this is coming from Sene House, and they've been right about some stuff, but they've been wrong about some stuff. So I'm just saying, take it with a grain of salt. DeLuca and Abdi have officially approached Warner Brothers about releasing the Ayer cut. That's what he says. I'm not saying it's like a full-on thing. I'm saying I would like that, because apparently in the movie there was the introduction to Killer Croc would have been a Batman versus Killer Croc fight. Apparently, there's way more Batman in this movie.
If that happens, it needs our full support. Just saying.
If it happens, you better believe we're doing a full-on red carpet premiere of it, and we're doing a live reaction to it. Absolutely.
I have a question for you, Jared.
Yeah.
Speaking of rumors, what do you think about the rumors that Marvel and Henry Cavill have been having talks about him doing a project? Because I think if anyone is going to replace Hugh Jackman, Henry Cavill is literally the only one who can do it.
Yeah, I would like to, because I've seen back and forth on him being approached about certain roles. I've seen Captain Britain. Honestly, Captain Britain is the most likely, but what I like to see him as Wolverine, yes, that short scene in Deadpool Wolverine convinced me that he could play Wolverine.
I mean, not only did it convince you, but like it was actually like, if you look online, it was very well received, and because the thing is, they do want their own Wolverine, okay,
and they need that.
Like, yes, I'm sure they could get Henry to come back. They'll probably get him to come back for Secret Wars, but they need their own Wolverine, and I think Hugh Jackman is. I think Henry Cavill is perfect. Don't you say it, Jared? I think Henry Cavill is perfect because he's a cheap enough actor. Like, he's famous, but he's not like too famous. They could let's say, here, Henry, here's a 5-picture deal, and he'll sign it.
And then they say, and then if they want someone else to play Wolverine, they could say, hey, we can't have you play Wolverine. We do have this Hyperion character.
No.
Come on, he's there. I hear.
Say the line, Jared.
I see on your resume you played Superman. We have a Superman. And actually, if you could get Gal and Ben and
there we go,
maybe someone else other than Ezra, we could do a Squash Supreme movie directed by Zack Snyder.
There's his one.
You were talking about Henry Cavill at Marvel. How could I not?
But all right, Teladia, what are your thoughts on this?
And Teladia is frozen. He's been having some internet issues.
It's all good. But yeah, I think
what were you gonna say? Because
what do you think about the possibility, like how Marvel has reportedly been meeting with Henry about joining the MCU and him possibly playing Wolverine?
I kind of dig it. I'd rather have him as Wolverine than Captain Britain. That's my take on that.
You bring back the Snyderverse actors as the X-Men.
What? Okay.
Gal Gadot is Jean Grey.
You'd have to dye your hair red.
Yeah,
okay.
You can't be. There's certain actors
as a redhead. Actually, I'm looking at my Hot Toy Wonder Woman, imagining it. I'm like, I can see it.
Jared, Gal Gadot is Rogue.
No.
Yes, give her that white strand of hair.
No.
Put her in a leather jacket.
I don't want Rogue with an Israeli accent. She has to have a Southern accent.
No, Gal Gadot with a Southern accent.
No.
Yes.
Wait, guys. There's only one Rogue.
You gotta have Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot in a relationship, and because Scott's obviously gonna be with Emma Frost, that opens that up really well.
Okay,
Jared, there's only one Rogue.
Emma Frost.
No.
Jared, there's only one Rogue.
Yes, there is only one Rogue. Who's that?
It's Ruth. Ruth is our Rogue.
Oh yeah, she is our Rogue. Oh. Yeah, that is correct. But in terms
that was some lore I missed out on.
Yeah, exactly. It's because Ruth liked Rogue from X-Men 97, so I made her an intro that's like Rogue from X-Men 97.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there you go. But yeah, I mean, a Sage says it's crazy, but I would rather have a Black Widow movie by Zack Snyder. Oh my gosh, that would be great.
Okay, let's do this. In the Zack Snyder movie, who's playing Black Widow?
Gal Gadot. She was in the Israeli army.
No, I'm sorry, I can't see it.
Yeah, you can't say Gal Gadot.
See, here's the problem. You wouldn't accept Gal with a Southern accent. What makes you think you'll accept Gal with a Russian accent?
She's not. But here's the thing: Black Widow does not have a Russian accent anymore in the comics or in the movies.
She's gonna have to at least have a Gal. Okay, Black Widow with an Israeli accent is not going to be acceptable.
Okay, how about Feora from Man of Steel?
Too unknown.
Okay, that's true. I would say Amy Adams, but she's too old. Interesting. That's tough. Margot Robbie?
Possibly. All right. I'm going to suspend my usual biases, and I'm just going to say it. Amber Heard.
Okay.
I think I, as much as I don't like her, and all the jokes I make, I think as a Black Widow character, I think she could probably do it.
Yeah, I would say so. So what Marvel role would you want Zach to direct Jason Momoa in?
Marvel role. Okay. Then we can avoid the usual jokes. Okay.
Honestly, here's the thing. What do you think of Momoa as Wolverine?
No. They cast him as Namor.
No, he's Sabretooth.
Maybe.
I could see him as like Sabretooth. Imagine him and Henry Cavill fighting. Huh? And then as they're fighting, Sabretooth goes, that was a super move.
God.
I so would. Oh, and then Deadpool shows up and goes, Superman and Aqua. Oh, wrong universe.
Okay, this might be a little bit out of left field, but bear with me. Momoa as Bullseye.
Wait, what?
No.
The MCU already has a Bullseye. He's going to be in Daredevil Born Again. He's going to be born again, if you will.
So I got something to say, right?
All right, go ahead.
How do you feel about Henry Cavill being in that Squadron 42 video game?
He's in every nerd thing.
I mean, that game's probably never going to come out, so I don't think
it has a release date next year.
Yeah, it has a release date for next year.
They've literally been developing this game for 10 years. I'll believe it when I see it.
They've raised over $700,000.
It's funny.
$700 million.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Well, it's funny that I saw this on TikTok and it was like Henry Cavill is gonna be in this game, and I'm just like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm like, where did this come from?
To be fair, they've gotten a lot of people. Like Mark Hamill is going to be in the game. I think the reason why Mark Hamill's in Squadron 42 is because he was in the original Wing Commander. So they're probably bringing him back for that reason.
Yeah, but I just love how this game has been in development for so long.
I'm reckoning me and Jared are going to be picking that up. So,
well, I will have a gaming PC by that point. So there is that.
All right, I'm going to put this out publicly. I wasn't really interested in the game, but if it does come out and you guys want to like do content with it, I will buy it.
Oh, sweet! And it could be space pirates.
Yes. I mean, I'd love to get you guys into No Man's Sky at some point, but you know that's
nah. You gotta play a man space game. That's for boys.
I love how you used to say Starfield was a man space game. But
no, it is. No, it is. It
stop
is.
talking about it.
No, it is. Starfield is the man space game. It's just here's the thing. Star Citizen is the Chad space game.
I mean, you do realize Starfield had a huge DLC drop and nobody cared, right?
No, I know. I just say it to screw with you because you guys kept saying Wonderbat to screw with me. So payback.
Yeah, you know I'm a huge No Man's Sky fan, so you got to rub in my face.
Yeah, I'm I'm not really a big space game guy except for like space shooters like Halo. By the way, Henry Cavill as the absolute Superman. Wait, here's the thing: would Henry Cavill make a good Superman? That's a role I never really saw for him. That's like that's like saying Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman.
Jared, did I not say that Ben Affleck could play absolute Batman?
He kind of can. Have you seen how big his Batman is?
Guys, it's one of the okay.
He's Tank
The big reason why. I'm sorry, Teladia. Say what you're gonna say, then I'll go.
He's Tank Man, guys. Get it right. It's not.
I mean, this kind of looks like Affleck.
But Jared, am I right? Am I wrong? He's Tank Man.
You're right. He is Tank Man. But go on, Nick.
But yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot what I was gonna say. It's okay.
No, you were saying about Affleck playing absolute Batman.
Yeah. He's okay. So the reason I haven't checked out absolute Batman is I do not like the design. I do not like the character design, the whole symbol and the axe. It's just not for me. If you guys like it, that's cool. But it's just not my style.
Yeah, that's fine. You're allowed to. That's fine. You're allowed to not have taste in Batman design.
Wait. Did we just disagree and like still respect each other? That's not how the internet works.
Don't tell Twitter.
That's not how the internet works. We're supposed to hate each other.
Yeah, but I do say Gal Gadot playing absolute Wonder Woman. It could never work. I could never see her as Wonder Woman. Just kidding. So anyway, that would be funny if they make an absolute. If the Snyderverse becomes the Gunverse's absolute universe.
So Jared, let's say it's 5 to 10 years from now. You're in the office of a major movie studio. You've already inked a $10 million deal for the Pantheon to come a movie. And they're talking about casting ideas. And they say to you, hey, maybe we should, for Atlas, maybe we should get Henry Cavill. What do you think, Jared?
Yeah, so I'm going to say, okay, so we're going to get Henry Cavill. Gal Gadot is going to play Athena, obviously. Ben Affleck is going to play Hephaestus, my Bat character. Is going to be, essentially, it's going to be the Justice League. Except
they write in, like...
Except Dylan O'Brien as Hermes.
And then they write in a scene where it's like, what should we call ourselves? The Justice League. No, that's taken. Okay, how about Squadron Supreme? That's taken too.
Or it's like, do we say Justice League? No, that's too Joss Whedon. How about Zack Snyder's Justice League? Tempting, but that's already been established.
No.
In my universe, I do have I am gonna have a joke. I'm gonna spoil this, but in my universe, there's gonna be a joke where they made a Pantheon movie, but someone that sounds suspiciously like Joss Whedon screwed it up. It's kind of like how I kind of took my cue from Nick on that because he does a similar thing in Screecher.
No. What it is they're making you have Athena visiting the Pantheons. This is a live action movie, and they're making a Pantheon movie, and you have Zack Snyder cameoing as the director of the movie.
You know what's kind of funny? They did a Wonder Woman issue where they're making a Wonder Woman movie, but and Diana goes to like advise on it, but they make it super like romancy, and like she like is being romanced by Steve Trevor on a beach, and she's like, "What the hell is this?" It was written by Gail Simone. Actually, a pretty decent issue. Her Wonder Woman run was pretty decent, except when she tried to put Wonder Woman with Tom Tresser, who is a raging misogynist. At least he had a different name than Trevor Barnes. Anyway, continuing. As you can tell, I have a lot of Wonder Woman opinions. But so, what other questions do you guys have for us concerning this movie? Concerning any other
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's an off the wall pairing. Wonder Woman and Bucky Barnes.
I could see Wonder Woman and Captain America. I could even see Wonder Woman and Hyperion.
God damn you!
Nick, you set me up for that so well. Or Wonder Woman in the Sentry.
Yes,
I love that silence. Come on, Nick. You know it's me. It's me. I have to do that. It's part of my Comics League contract.
I'm just gonna say this. I think Kratos and Wonder Woman probably would get along.
Oh yeah, they definitely would, because here's the thing. By the way, that's the one time where I would say that like Kratos and Wonder Woman, if they were to fight, it would be like a trounce down against Wonder Woman. If they teamed up, yeah, the gods are dying. There's no way.
Kratos would beat Wonder Woman, but Kratos would respect her. Like I think he would still respect her as it were. It's like you put up a good fight.
He would give her a warrior's death. He wouldn't kill her the way he killed the other gods.
No. It's like he gets her on the ground.
RJ. Absolute Wonder Woman and Morbius.
No.
Okay, just get out your system, Jared. Just get out your system.
It's Morbin time.
Is it so wrong that I knew exactly what you were going to say?
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
That's Nick. That's Nick. You knew exactly that. That's such a good one, RJ. That's such a good one. Oh God, that's a really good one. But now let me ask you guys this. Let's say that rumor about the Ayer cut being released happens.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a sign of something in Elseworlds?
I don't know.
I do say if it happens, it makes it significantly more likely that the Schumacher cut gets released.
Yes,
but
because ultimately what David Zaslav likes is money, and if the Ayer cut does prove successful, it does make a case for the Schumacher cut.
Yep.
So two things.
Yeah,
right?
go ahead.
If they release it, the Snyder fans, the sell the Snyderverse community would be like, well, sell the Snyderverse to Netflix now. They'll do that campaign, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, but you really can't campaign to selling the Snyderverse to Netflix after what happened. Conversations about Zack Snyder not doing Army of the Army universe on Netflix anymore. Jay Oliva came out and made a statement on that. It's a rumor going around that he's saying, oh, they're not doing the animated movie or animated series or whatever, right? So it's like, okay, is something not happening at Netflix anymore with Zack? Is Zack moving on to other studios?
I mean, he is doing a 300 prequel series at WB.
Yeah,
I
him
mean-
going back to WB when like we thought he had such a cushy home at Netflix. Like they wrote him a blank check for Rebel Moon. Let's all be honest. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
it like while we may think it did well, what we think is doing well and what Netflix is doing well is clearly two very different things.
Yeah.
So likely, what will well, at least Zach got to tell his story about Rebel Moon in there, at least for like the first two movies. So there you go, he got something there. But like put this way, him coming back to WB, that is what tells me that it could be that stuff is happening behind the scenes, and they haven't announced it yet because they want to iron some stuff out before they because can you as much as the backlash is for Henry Cavill being announced coming back as Superman, then reversing it. Can you imagine if Zack Snyder's universe is coming back and then like a month later, nah.
Okay,
You know what?
along that lines, here's a question for you guys. Oh, Teladia, do your thing, then I'll say my question.
You know what? That might be the case, Jared. I'm gonna put that out there. I think that might be the case where they announce it and then they say, okay, well now we're not doing it, and purely because of the sale. I think that because you got to remember, WB Warner Brothers is kind of a business, right? And yes, they're losing stock, so the lower it goes, the more likely chance that it could be sold off at any point. And whoever inherits it, they're going to be like, well, not really, we don't want to invest our money into doing this, even though they said we've announced them to come back, and it's like, well, no, we're not doing it now, we're going to do something else entirely.
Well,
pretty much like how James Gunn did for the DCU, where he was like, no, we're not going to do Henry Cavill, we respect his thing, but we're not going to do that anymore. So
yeah, so thinking on the sale thing, so in my opinion, I think the most likely scenario where a sale is involved is not sell Snyderverse and Netflix. It's more we're gonna sell Warner Brothers piece by piece, which I think is a possible scenario. I'm not saying it's likely, unlikely. It is a possible scenario. And if that's the case, DC itself will be a quote unquote piece, and that includes comics, movies, all the rights, all the movies will be sold to somebody, and that would probably go between $4 and $10 billion in its own. So my question for you guys: who would or could buy that? So in that
Apple
scenario,
or Amazon?
I'm gonna put. I think Netflix could buy it, and I think they would have a desire to buy DC because Netflix has put out comics. I'm sure Netflix would love to have their own comics division. They have the money to buy a DC in this scenario. They would benefit from it. Like imagine all the DC movies just coming to Netflix. They would love that.
Because here's the thing. Mark Millar does run a comic book arm. It's like part of Netflix. In fact, when you buy trades of like Jupiter's Legacy, it has the Netflix logo on it. So we could get a Red Sun too.
So, but Jared,
no, imagine a Rebel Moon comic, but it has a DC logo on it.
What do you want to say?
But here's the thing, Jared. I don't see Netflix buying DC at all.
Please tell why.
Because after the whole situation with Rebel Moon, and they really don't want to have that another baggage on their load, knowing for a fact that yes, they can print money, but remember it's a streaming service, right? And same with Amazon, same with Apple. But I think if you look at comparing the big three, Apple, Amazon, and Netflix, I see either Amazon or Apple, because Amazon is a big company. They've got loads of cash. They bought Batman Cape Crusader, and it did really well, right? For when they got the rights to that. So imagine them getting rights to other DC IPs, such as maybe Superman and Lois, if they decide to bring that back in the future, or
please let that show die. I'm beyond.
Amazon has a history of comics. Remember Comixology, and they still technically do comics.
Yeah. In that case, if Amazon buys DC, I think that the DC universe, like Infinite Streaming Service, is gonna be folded into Comixology.
Yeah, and it makes sense, right? It makes sense, Jared, right? If it was part of Amazon, right?
And the DC back catalog of movies and TV shows, any streaming service would love to have exclusive rights to Batman, Superman, Justice League, all those shows. They would love that.
Mind you, Amazon do have a couple of DCEU movies on Prime already.
Mhm.
So it only makes sense for them to be like, okay, you know what? If we buy out DC, we could have a whole list of catalog we could do.
I
with
personally
DC
don't
IPs.
think Apple would buy DC wholesale, because then they would have the comics side, and I don't think Apple would be really interested. It would really have much.
The Bat computer all of a sudden has an Apple logo on it.
I mean, yeah, that could happen. But Amazon, I don't think Amazon will buy it, but I will give you Teladia. Amazon would have the interest in like the entire business, because the comics, obviously the media rights. Amazon would only really be interested in like maybe the back catalog for their streaming service, but the comic side, I don't really see themselves really doing much with it. At best, they'd be like, okay, here's some money, do whatever, and then this DC Comics would get worse, really, honestly. What they need is somebody who cares enough, like, okay, the comics need to be good. So I disagree with you. I think Netflix could buy it, because I think Netflix does have the interest in making the comics good. I think they would benefit from the comics. So
Yeah.
I guess if we were to meet in the middle, I'd say Amazon and Netflix would be the best contenders, at least in my opinion. You're welcome to think different.
Yeah, I'd say so. But anyway, so that's the stream for another time. I think we're going to wrap this up. So I'm going to do what's coming from Comics League first. So at 9 o'clock, Britt and I are going to be going live for Super Wonder Legacy, where we talk about horror movies and cross over Superman and Wonder Woman into our favorite horror movies. I have a few ones in mind that I'm going to cross over with. Nick and I are going to be reviewing the Live Wire episode of Superman the Animated Series. On Wednesday, I'm going to be releasing my review of Absolute Wonder Woman. And in terms of next week's movie night, we haven't decided on what next week's movie night is. We will check that out. If we haven't done year one, we'll do year one, but I have to check to see if we did it. I thought we did. If we didn't, it's going to be year one. But anyway, so Nick, where can we find you, and what have you got coming out on your channel?
All right, so in about a half hour, we'll be doing Ghostbusters, the video game for 2009. That'll be pretty freaking sweet. On Monday, we'll be doing Batman: Long Halloween, and yeah, got more coming out throughout the week.
How about you, Teladia?
Remember, as per usual, when Tuesday is Superman and Lois live reaction, then Wednesday Snyder fans read comics, and then possibly Thursday or Friday I'll be doing some gaming stream.
All right, sweet. And by the way, so gaming stream and next week is going to be Lego Batman 3. Anyway, stay heroic, everyone. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs to the alien. She belongs to General Zod and the Alien Queen. Zoe and Max are bad for life. See you later.